Hello, you're welcome to today's edition of Peace Zone. And as you know, Peace Zone is that platform that gives you the opportunity of knowing more about peace building and everything that has to do with peace building here in Nigeria, across the globe. And it's a great opportunity to be here again, and I'm here to do everything possible to make you be at peace with yourself, with other people, and with your environment. And I believe you're doing this as we go through the month. And this is a special month we have entered to our Muslim faithfuls. Thank God I'm here with my co-host is a Muslim sister, and she's here to also, she will be greeting everybody in the Muslim way, most likely, for the month of Ramadan. And I want to say, hope you're doing fine. Hope the whole stress of life is not, you're not feeling frustrated about anything. Please, because you must be peaceful with yourself to be peaceful with other people, and that is important for us as we move. And that's the reason why okay, let me just welcome Monsurah. I believe you want to see her face too. Monsurah, you're welcome.
Thank you very much.
You are looking great, by the way.
Thank you so much. You don't look bad too. You've been keeping at peace with yourself. That must have been your skincare routine. So
thank you so much.
Ramadan Mubarak to all our Muslim viewers out there. May we have the opportunity to witness the end of the Ramadan and to witness more of it. So Moses, good to have you again.
Thank you so much. And just because of time, I have a lot to say, but because of time, let's just go straight to today's Peace Talk edition. And on Peace Talk edition, you remember last edition we discussed effective communication, but this time around we'll be going deeper into non-violent communication. And I know you might not have had that before. If you have had that, maybe because of the knowledge of what you have heard about violence, and you are putting non-violence to mean that it is the non-violent way or the opposite of violence. So this is a way of communicating, and we'll be discussing that in depthly when we get to that session. That is what we'll be discussing. Even for the peace building convo, we'll be paying attention to how that is an antidote to ethnic bigotry. We've had a lot recently, and I know you understand what I'm talking about when I say ethnic bigotry. Our guests should be doing justice to that. So let's just go straight into it. But also know that, always remember that this particular show is an interactive one. So it gives you the opportunity to interact with us, to talk about this same topic we are dealing with, and to share your thoughts on anything. And trust me, today we will give some portion of time for you to call in. Feel free to call in, and you can call in through peace, or you can call in through +234 8085 250993. It's also going to be appearing on your screen right away. So once again, thank you for joining in, and remember, I'm Moses Abolade, your peace building facilitator and host. With me is just like I've shared earlier. So let's go straight into today's peace talk. Now, what is when we're looking at it, what is non-violent communication in itself? I'll just be going in straight into it, then Monsurah will come and share the other part of it that relates with empathy. So let's go on it. Now, what is non-violent communication? Non-violent communication is that kind of expression that prioritizes the feeling of others for mutual benefits. That means you are not just talking based on what you think for yourself, not just how you feel. You know, some people will just, as some people will say in other clubs, some people will just open their mouth, they will just say it as it is, not thinking about how is this other person going to think about it. Do you even ask your question, this person I'm talking to, or this group of people, do they have the capacity to take in what I'm saying? You know, or you just look at a particular group of people and you just generalize that they're in a particular way. So it's important that you pay attention to how you speak, and that paying that attention, prioritizing the feelings of others, looking at the subject matter, looking at how this message I'm passing, will it escalate violence or will it de-escalate violence? You must pay that into attention, and that is what non-violent communication is all about. So the central focus on this is empathy, and I want Monsurah to give us more information about what empathy is. Monsurah.
Thank you for having me. So empathy, as rightly mentioned, is putting yourself in the feelings of others. It helps you to be able to weigh the matter when you understand and you are able to feel what the party involved would be feeling. Empathy simply denotes, so a simpler language, it just denotes that, I mean, there is a popular saying that goes by, if you fit yourself into the shoes of others, only then would you know how to know what it feels like. So this is what empathy means here. Empathy says that, do you understand the feelings of or the concerns of the party involved when dealing with matters of peace building, when dealing with conflict? Can you even visualize yourself? Can you assume or imagine yourself in their situation so that you have a deeper understanding beyond listening to what the parties are trying to communicate, but getting into their emotions, getting into what they feel, and then being able to help you come to the board to draw what the real exact issue is and how it should be taken care of. So Moses, please.
Thank you so much for going in depth. I like the fact that you're talking about envisioning yourself or putting yourself in the shoe of the older person, because these days people just say things the way they feel. They don't really care. You see people tweet things anyhow, and they are just concerned about, I have this, I just want to share it. We will still be discussing some things right now. I'll be going straight into what exactly, how to know how to communicate non-violently, because it's a skill. We need to learn it now. So the first thing I will be saying is, one, you must try to observe without judging. Now, most of us pay attention to when we see a particular scenario. You, instead of you just placing the situation the way it is, you either preempt the judgment, you either conclude in your own mind, you either just make some concluding remarks about a particular thing. In most cases, it's not the case. Like for instance now, like some people, when they're having tough issues with somebody or their partner, they will just say things like, you always want to argue everything, you are defensive. Now you already conclude that that person is defensive. So why not you pay attention to, you can say it this way, that I noticed in the last discussion or conversation that you are I noticed in the last conversation that there's a particular way you are defending what you're saying. That way you are talking about what you observe, not you making preconceived notion or making a preempting statement. Now, also another thing we should note is that when you are having a conversation with other person and you want to play a non-violent communicator role, what you should do is ask open-ended questions. Now, find it's something you will learn. It will not come at a goal. Know that it's a process, it's a skill, so you take it one step at a time. Even if it's your family meeting gathering, ask questions. Now you don't ask questions because you want to prove you know something. You are not asking because you want to just respond to what this person is saying. You are not asking because you want to defend yourself. You must not be defensive. A lot of people believe that when they are defensive, you will gain the interest of the next person. That's not always true. So some cases might require that you pay attention when somebody is talking. Just listen genuinely, not with. I've seen somebody say to me or said to me in one of the conversations that I think 8 steps away. Like they calculate it, they are preempt what the next person will say before they start the conversation, like 8 steps away. That is not because you will not give room to expect something different in that conversation. Now the last one I'll be saying before Monsurah will continue, because I know she has a whole lot to share with you, because this is more of our area, is that we should stop generalizing or using stereotypical expressions. It's important that we pay attention to this. I think we have little time left and we will be going on a short break, but when we come back we will continue to discuss on this same topic. Thank you very much and stay tuned. Welcome back to the P Zone edition, and we have discussed some things around non-violent communication. And because of time, we'll just go straight into discussing with our guest, and I believe she's on standby already. Joining us is on this particular segment of peace building convo is Honorable Dr. Uthman Denike, who is the former special advisor for Oyo State Governor on community relations. She is an astute researcher and policymaker engaging in peace building practices and community development engagement. So thank you for joining us, Honorable Ma. Hello, can you hear me?
Good afternoon, sir. I'm hearing you.
Hello,
Good
can you hear
afternoon.
me?
Hello, I'm hearing you.
Okay.
Hello.
So Ma, good to see you again.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Mr. Moses.
Yes, good to see you.
Good afternoon.
Now, recently we have been seeing a lot of issues around ethnicity, concerns around people speaking some things that are not totally in consonance with healthy communication when it comes to communicating with other persons. And that's the reason why we said Nigerians need to know about what non-violent communications is all about and what ethnic bigotry is all about, so that they can actually place it properly. So we would like to start by saying, looking at everything we have said now, what is non-violent communication from your own stance? And you can delve into what ethnic bigotry is too, Ma.
Thank you, Mr. Moses. Good afternoon. I'm very grateful for this privilege.
Thank you for joining us, ma'am.
I think you are hearing me. Thank you, my dearly sister, Monsurah. Peace between you. When we are talking about non-violent communication, let me first start by let me put little touch on communication. When we're talking about communication, we know it's an imparting or exchanging information. It may be by speaking, writing, or using other modes. Communication is the process by which information is exchanged between individuals through a common system of symbols, signs, or belief. It may be verbal, it may be non-verbal, and it may be written. Communication will have a sender and the receiver, and a person that is going to the receiver. Now, when we are talking about non-violence, we are trying to say this is the personal practice of not causing harm to others under any condition is the way of life for courageous people. Non-violence think to win friendship and understanding in their communication. You will now see the relationship between communication and non-violence, because let me bring an example of even from the scriptures, either from the Holy Quran and the Bible. When we look at James chapter 1 verse 19, talks about communication, that you should say what is good always, that will give joy to other people's heart. Likewise, when you supposed to give hello, we should have said that it's better you speak good or remain silent. We will not do the collaboration between communication.
Hello, Ma, can you
violence.
I think I lost you at the point. I can't hear you, and I don't know if I think there's a technical issue. I don't know if my co-host can hear her, or if there is an issue. But I don't know if possibly maybe you can just stop a bit while we look at the technical concerns. I think we can barely hear you.
I'm not sure.
Okay. I got a report that is good now. Please, can you go ahead, Ma? Go ahead, Ma.
I'm hearing you. Okay, I didn't know exactly where you lost, but I'm trying to bring. I first of all define communication. That is, communication is a process by which information is exchanged between individuals. Are you hearing me?
Yes, go ahead.
Hello? Okay. Through a common system of symbol, signs, or behavior, communication can be verbal. It may be non-verbal, and it may be written. You can communicate through gesture. You can communicate through signs. And when we are talking about communication, there are different ways we can communicate, as I've mentioned earlier on. But what do we want to look at? The non-violent communication. When we're talking about violence, we know what it means. But for something not to be non-violent, this is a personal practice. Are you hearing me?
Yes, go ahead.
Hello?
Ma. So, Ma, can we just go straight into, because of time, can we just go straight into how we can use non-violent communication to assist us in helping us? We already know that there's ethnic bigotry around us. How can we use it to cure that disease around us? How can we use, because we have limited time, how do we use non-violent communication to reduce the impact of ethnic bigotry, Ma?
Thank you. As we all know that non-violent communication, AVC, is the approach that's based on a principle which improve the quality of life of those people that utilize the method. One, because the way you express yourself to people, that it will be more clarity, it will be self-responsibility, it will bring empathy. This is the way you approach people, the way you talk to them, the way you express your feelings to them, the way you present yourself to them. Even no matter what you want them to do, the way you say it, as the Bible say, that it's better you say what is good, that soften the heart, that's good for the heart of other. Likewise, the Quran says that if you cannot say what is good, keep silent. We know the power of tongue, the power of communication. We can use it to save bigotry. Derogative languages cause a lot of violence. Abuse, wow. It causes a lot of misunderstanding.
Thank you so much, Ma. I think the message is well passed, and I just believe that we will still have more time to discuss this, because this is a major issue, and I'm sure that when we call upon you again, maybe because of the technical issues, we will not be able to delve into it, but I'm sure we'll still have time to talk about, because this this is actually affecting a lot of Nigerians. They don't know how best to communicate to other people, especially with the advent of social media spaces. But we want to say a big thank you for coming on this particular edition, and I'm sure that when we call upon you next time, you will find it a great pleasure to join us.
Yes,
thank you so much, Ma. We'll still have this conversation again. Monsurah, we would like to share your last parting words before we call it a day on today's episode of Peace Zone.
All right, I'm a peace ambassador, and you are also a peace ambassador. So we need to collectively work together to ensure that the society is at peace. Thank you for tuning in.
Yeah, for sponsorship and for partnership, I want you to please reach out to us via +234 8109 661910, or you use the mail, which is peacezone2023@gmail.com. I want to say again, I want to join Monsurah and every entire member of the Peace Zone crew to appreciate you for joining in for today's edition. And I want to say a very big appreciation to the KAFTAN TV management crew and everybody that have been doing everything possible to maintain peace in their space. We want to say thank you very much. They will appear on your screen again next time and on this same station for another edition of Peace Zone. Please, I want to advise, stay safe for yourself, stay peaceful with yourself, stay developed, stay peaceful with other people around you, and stay safe within your community. And I'm sure that we will all get the dividends of peaceful coexistence. Again, thank you for tuning in, and I want to say bye for now.